Influencing popular culture, politics, and everything in between. The local station takes you ringside as we discuss the crazy world that is professional wrestling. This is Going Ringside with The Local Station.
Hello there. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Going Ringside. Big-time guest, scary guest. Parker Boudreaux is here. Maybe not so scary. We'll get to that in a bit. One of the most sought-after wrestlers on the planet Earth. But before we talk about Parker, I need you to do me a favor. Go to our YouTube channel. Maybe you're watching it here right now. Do us a favor. Click that subscribe button. We need to continue growing this so we can continue bringing you the biggest stars the world has to offer every single week. And today we're doing it. Parker Boudreaux, who just moved to our area of Jacksonville. So I'm like, Parker, we got to get you in studio. And here he is. So I want to point out a few things. Parker, WWE, AEW, but now he's wrestling in Japan, as you can see right here. And he's learning a lot. He is a much more well-rounded wrestler, now really going to be a force. So we're going to talk to it about that. We're going to talk to him about that, but we're also going to talk about something that he calls a blessing and a curse. You've maybe heard it. If you see him on the internet, you see it everywhere, mainly, I think, partly because of how Paul Heyman refers to him. That's comparisons to Brock Lesnar. How does Parker, this monster, feel about being compared to maybe the most iconic monster in WWE history, Brock Lesnar? It's something he's dealt with for more than 10 years. We're going to talk to him about his dream matches and what is next for him. He's in Japan right now doing a lot of shows. So without further ado, here is the man himself. Here's Parker Boudreaux. Well, get ready to be intimidated because Parker Boudreaux is here, the most maybe intimidating man on the planet. Parker, thank you for joining us. I got to start. You just moved to our area in Jacksonville.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here, man. It's a great town and an amazing city, and I love the people here, man.
Well, let's talk about your journey and a story you were saying that not a lot of people have heard. Paul Heyman is the guy who discovered you.
Very, very blessed to have Paul Heyman, Jim Ross, and Jared Briscoe bring me in the pro wrestling business. And to have those three people, it means the world, man. These people are absolute legends in this world.
So talk to me about how you met Paulie the first time.
Man, Paul Heyman, the first time, it was an interesting time, man. The first time in person was in Orlando, a couple years after, UCF, and I think it was in my senior year of UCF football. We met up in Orlando and we talked for about 4 to 5 hours, and that was really like an eye-opening, inspiring conversation with him because he really broke it down to me how pro wrestling is behind the scenes and how it truly works. I was coming from football, a whole different world. So for him to break it down and really to tell me that I could be possibly one of the most elite future pro wrestlers, it was inspiring, and so that's why I've been doing the work I've been doing.
So I got to talk about the thing that's just been hung on you for like a decade now, comparisons to Brock Lesnar. I think even Paulie says you're like the next big thing, which is the phrase he used for Brock Lesnar. Talk to me about that.
I've been getting him for about 12 years now, so it is a blessing and a curse. I always tell people this because Brock Lesnar is the greatest athlete of all time, and probably the best pro wrestler of all time as well. So for him, to get comparisons to the greatest athlete of all time, it's a blessing, But also, I'm the first and only Parker Boudreaux. I'm not trying to be Brock Lesnar or the next Brock Lesnar. I understand that he's his own beast. I'm my own beast. We're completely different people, but I do see the similarities. And like I said before, I'm thankful. It's been going on since about 15 years old. So, when I was really young at 15, it was super cool, But now, I'm my own person, and I am the one and only Parker Boudreaux.
So you've been in WWE, you've been in AEW, now you're international, you're in Japan, you're doing a lot in Mexico. I want to talk about career future. Who are people you think Parker Boudreaux should be in the ring with?
Any company or?
Any company. You name the star.
Well, we'll go for WWE. I came up with a couple people in the PC, and that was Braun Breaker was one really cool guy that me and him connected really well.
Let's talk. So Braun has been discussed as possible world champion, possible face of the company. You guys would have just an absolute banger.
Oh, historic. I think it would be, I think a banger would be an understatement. Me and Braun would have a historic match. Our chemistry right when we met each other was elite. So, you know, obviously he's in the WWE. I'm not in the WWE right now, but, you know, the way that I'm working right now is anything's possible.
And I want to ask you, so you told me when you went to WWE, you barely knew what you were doing. Much different today because of working in Japan and working international.
I needed the extra work, man. I needed to go international and, you know, sacrifice and go on the tours in Japan and really make this dedication to pro wrestling and show my passion that I've always had for it, because, you know, a lot of people don't want to go out to Japan and stay there for 5 to 6 weeks training every single day in the dojo for 6 to 8 hours a day, brutally beating up your body where you can barely walk at the end of the day and, you know, stand up straight. So I think a lot of people will give up, but that's the thing. This is my life. I live, breathe pro wrestling, and this is what I'm going to do. One
of the guys you credit now that you can talk on camera better is Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett, an absolute legend, man. Me and him paired up in Mexico was an honor because looking back at it, he helped me tremendously with promo work. He just the passion he has for this business, it radiates. You know what I mean? It inspires you, and you know, to do multiple tours with him in Mexico, I've learned so much, and grateful to have a relationship still with him to this day.
You did AEW and WWE. Can you compare the two?
Both of them were amazing to me. That's where I could kind of compare it. So both were very amazing and gave me amazing, grateful, and so grateful for these opportunities, because I came in the pro wrestling business and, you know, didn't really know how to do pro wrestling, like you said. And so for them to give me a chance so early and put me on a platform and have me on NXT and have me doing matches every single Tuesday on TV on a worldwide platform, and I was only 3 or 4 months into learning pro wrestling, I think it's an honor. And I think it helped me grow so much throughout everything, and I'm grateful for both companies. And the comparisons, going in WWE, I was Harlan, so I was a whole different character. I was the evil, super evil character that didn't really talk much. I was destroying people, you know, and so it was cool. It was great, and I never thought I would be that type of character. And so I don't know. It just gives you more versatility for a lot of reasons. And I don't know. With AEW, I got signed with AEW after I got released with WWE, and that was also a blessing because I got to find Parker Boudreaux, find my character, find the BFD, and really work on the beginning of my character outside of WWE. So both of them were amazing to me.
I do want to get your opinion because we just had him on the show before you. Tony Khan, what was he like as a boss?
Oh, amazing. And I tell people this, he's one of the coolest people I've met so far in the pro wrestling business. He keeps it real. He treats you with respect, and to have that as a boss, that's what you need. Respect, discipline, and he's the dude for that. And I hope to work with him again in the future because he's the man.
Where can people find you? I mean, the next few weeks, you've got Japan.
Oh, man, go back to my my company in Japan, GLEAT, the best company in Japan right now, in my opinion. They've gave me shots at world titles and won in Cork, in the historic Cork and Hall. I've won there and had multiple matches in that historic hall. And, you know, going back there in a month, you know, training there in the dojo every single day and having matches all throughout Japan, it's a blessing and a privilege because this is what I've always wanted to do. I grew up on Steve Williams and Stan Hansen and people, you know, all Japan Pro in the 80s. And to see what they did in the 80s and now I'm doing it, it's an honor because those people did it at such a high level for so many years. And I don't know, you know what I mean? To me, it's like a dream come true, you know, going to Japan.
Well, Parker Boudreaux, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
So I appreciate Parker coming to sit down with us, and he's doing it. He's about to go back to Japan, so I hope to have him on again here in coming months. But it was really a tremendous opportunity to sit down with him. We'll have to see if maybe he gets one of those dream fights with Braun Breaker. And ironically, he told me he's never met Brock Lesnar, which I thought was really intriguing. But you can definitely see the similarities. He is the monster on the Japanese circuit right now and the global circuit, really. He is just going to continue being a star. And he told me an interesting thing. He says, you know, when you get cut from AEW, when you get cut from WWE, let go, whatever, a lot of people just give it up. He did not, as you can see. As you can see, he ain't done with a lot of wrestlers still out there. So thanks for joining us for another episode of Going Ringside. I'm Scott Johnson, and we'll definitely see you back here next time.
This has been Going Ringside with The Local Station, brought to you every Wednesday on your favorite podcast player, on New Sport Jacks Plus, as well as the New Sport Jacks YouTube channel.